child was born 1971, and we had no island clinic. That time we would go to Friday Harbor to Dr. Heath, who was the San Juan County Health Department. I mean, he was the health department. And if there was an emergency, one of the pilots on the island could possibly get you to Friday Harbor or to Anacortes. Dr. Heath was pretty good at diagnosing over the telephone, and he was, I think he was with the county for probably 30 years, and let's see, the clinic, I was one of the original people that helped start fundraising for the clinic. My mother and June Shear, as well as John Nason's mother, Doris Nason. We started fundraising for the clinic.
So there were a couple of fishing boats also that if someone was ill, they would take, the guy with the boat would take you over to Friday Harbor to see Dr. Heath. And I think Dr. Heath at that time worked mainly with the Bellingham Hospital, and that would be the main hospital that people would be transported to. Taking the ferry to Anacortes, going to Bellingham for a major injury or event. But the Island Hospital was available. They were a fairly small hospital. In the 70s, they started to grow. They moved to their new location, which is where Island Hospital is located now. My second child was born in 1975, and when I started into labor, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. So it was 4 in the morning, and I called Island Hospital, and they made me, of course, swear not to give birth in the plane, and I did, and I did not give birth in the plane. But they flew me over from Lopez to Anacortes for the high price of $25, which is a little different than the $13,000 on medevac.